What is up, guys? How's everybody doing? Hey, Mr. Board Games, welcome to the stream. So, sorry about all that background noise. I completely forgot that I actually didn't exit or save the game last night, so I was panicking, but then I realized since I didn't exit it, it's actually just still on the exact same screen we left on last night. So there's good news involved with the bad news, I guess. So I was like, man, I didn't save. That could be bad. But then there's also autosave, so I don't know what I was worried about in the long run. But let's just get back in there. It's day 2 with Abby. Sleepless in Seattle. She literally didn't sleep between day 1 and day 2. I think they missed that. Overshot Odin. Guess who's not dead? Hopefully you. Considering you're at the stream and you're typing right now. How's it going, man? How you been? Hope you're doing well. You still with the Rocket League? I know you were pretty big on that for a while. Mr. Board Games said few, yeah. I don't know if that's really something you have to worry about nowadays, like saving. Like, don't games typically like autosave like every 5 minutes? I remember some games would autosave at the worst possible time when I had like no health left. And I was like miles and miles away from a checkpoint. Then I'd die and just have to keep replaying that same section over and over again until I finally got through it. By the way, we're back. It's day 2, Sleepless in Seattle. Already made that joke. Come on, man. Come up with new material. I smell bacon. Everybody laugh now. Everybody give me pogs in the chat for a good joke. Yeah, how you been? And not as much. I've been all right. How have you been? I got a lot going on lately, like suddenly out of nowhere, unexpectedly. Like a lot of things are changing. Not pog. Oh, that's fine. I'll just quit streaming, guys. It's fine. I didn't see that guy until it was too late. And that guy. All of these guys. Why are there so many of you? Holy shit. So I actually had like a, you might call it an epiphany while we were playing last night's stream. And I kind of come to the conclusion that like, why don't I just sprint through all of these stealth sections? Like if you run fast enough and you go to where you're supposed to go, like nobody sees you in time and you can just leave and like get to the next checkpoint. Like we did it like 3 different times last night and I was like, this is way more efficient. I think that's why it was a shorter stream than usual, because we actually beat that section of the game like way faster than all the other sections we played. Kind of tempted to try it, but that guy does have an awfully big hammer. So what have you been up to, Overshot Odin? Hopefully life's been good. You know, the last time we talked, you were kind of in a rough spot, so hopefully things have improved for you. I'm in a bit of a rough spot myself, but I'm trying to stay positive, which is hard because that's actually not my nature to begin with. I'm actually by nature a very negative person. And I'm like trying to train myself mentally to like start being more positive, because one, it's miserable for the people around me. Like I've come to the conclusion that one of the reasons I don't really have friends is probably because the people who do meet me are like, this guy, like, why would I ever decide to spend my time around this guy? He's such a negative Nancy. Then 2, like all of my failed relationships in the past, I look back on them and I'm like, maybe I'm just like a little whiny bitch. Maybe like if I had a little bit more confidence and I wasn't so negative and like, you know, insecure, like things would actually go my way a little bit more. So I'm trying to force myself into that mindset. We've been in this room before. They reuse assets? Lazy. What the hell? This is literally the exact same room we were in yesterday. Also probably why some achievements are only done by 18%. Because people sprint through the game. See, sprinting, you don't use any resources, so you don't have to loot any resources. So the game doesn't have to use any resources to generate resources. You know what I'm saying? Resources, guys. It's all about resources and lack of there. Even generate any food in the frickin' vending machine. What the hell? They don't want to give me anything. What have you been playing, Overshot? Is that weird to anybody else that you can build a scope for a freaking crossbow? Why? Doesn't arrow drop like severely compared to bullets. I don't feel like you're gonna be like popping headshots off from like 100 yards away with a freaking crossbow, but then again, I've never owned one, so what do I know? We don't really use guns much in this game. I've noticed that, especially in Abby's chapter. Like, I feel like we haven't really used guns at all. Because Abby's so muscular, she just takes everything down with one punch. She's one punch woman. Yes, they do. Yeah. Yeah, like even in this game, like when I was trying to do the Nerf bow challenge, like the arrows would just plummet to the ground as soon as they left the bow. Abby's arms are like tree trunks, exactly. Like she doesn't need guns, she can just punch people to death.
I hope they're still
What the hell was
there.
that? It's like some graphical glitch or something in the corner of the screen. Oh, that's why we've been in this room. She's going back. I think she's going back to find those two girls. It's all making sense now. I was like, this whole time in the back of my head, I'm like, why does all of this look exactly the same as yesterday's stream? Like, did they get that lazy towards the end of the game that they're just like, let's just reuse the exact same level layout? Like, this is going on way too long. Door's all bloody. They're in one of these trailers, aren't they?
Kid? You still there? Don't come any closer. It's me.
Oh, that scared me. The one jump scare of the game and it was a bullet. It wasn't even a zombie.
Sorry.
Should be.
How's she doing?
She just decks her. So what have you been up to since last night, Mr. Board Games? Do anything productive or fun or both? Or neither? Holy shit! She's got a neon arm. That can't possibly be good. I bet that arm feels like it's 110 degrees. Holy shit, why is that so bright?
Where are you taking her? Come on. What are you doing? I'm giving her a chance.
You ever broken any bones? Because they get hot. Like anytime you have like an injury under the skin, and I don't know what the science is behind this, but like it always warms up. Her arm looks like it's literally lava.
Hey, Owen, wake up!
I'm here.
I don't know if that's like the body healing, like generates heat or what.
I need whatever medical supplies you have.
Inflammation. Inflammation actually is real flames inside your body? I never knew that. Oh shit. This is
I've
awkward.
lowered the bow. It's okay.
He's like, did you tell her?
Abby, who are these kids?
Did you tell her what we did last night?
They saved my life. Can you take a look at her?
Oh no, that was 3 months ago in the flashback, wasn't it?
Stay out.
It's like they show on those Icy Hot commercials.
This is
Yeah,
Yara.
I'm saying, like, there's actual flames inside your arm healing.
What did this? A hammer. It wasn't me.
Big fucking hammer.
Let's lay her down.
I'm happy I'm at least vaguely paying attention to this game, because I guarantee you there were some people who played this game, didn't pay attention to any of the cutscenes or story, and be like, didn't she get, like, killed, like, 4 hours ago? What the hell? Like, why are all these people back to life?
I was gonna clean it and try resetting.
The bone's shattered.
She literally did
Yes,
shatter it when she
compartments
reset it.
What does that mean?
It means it has to come off.
Her Popeye arms just completely
She's a
shattered
soldier.
it.
You can't take her arm.
We leave it, it'll turn gangrenous.
Just make it stop hurting. Please.
What do you need?
Ideally,
Something sharp.
a saw, sutures, clamps, antibiotics. But we're far from ideal right now.
We have knives, fire. Cut and cauterize it.
She
Well,
would die
listen-
from infection.
Listen to the Boy Scout over here.
Make me a list. I'll go to the hospital. I'll get
It'll
whatever
take
you
you
need.
all day to get there.
I don't mind.
Anesthetic? That's just for
It's
pussies.
not about you, Abby. She doesn't have a couple of days.
Every time I've ever
What if I
gone
can
in
get
for
you
a
there in 2
surgery, I
hours?
demanded that
The
they
Wolf
didn't put me to
Hospital,
sleep
right?
for.
On the west side,
How?
we built bridges. High up, it's how we get around the flooding and you people. Can't you handle 2 hours?
Probably, yeah.
I'm always
So
like,
make a
hey, how
list.
can I make this hospital visit as
Wait,
cheap as
Are you
possible?
serious? These bridges
No
are used by
anesthetic.
scars.
They only send in small groups at a time.
You heard that? Small groups.
This isn't a joke.
Love?
May she guide you.
They should protect you.
Why don't you show how badly you long for Abby right in front of your pregnant girlfriend? Oh, what a simp. Is that what they call it? A simp? I'm trying to get hip with the terms. Count me as a pussy because I don't want to be awake while being cut on.
Will you
I'm just joking. I've always
steal my
gone to
keys?
sleep when they do surgery.
Sorry.
Stole my keys
talk to you?
after you stole my heart?
Why are you doing this?
And you're gonna leave with both of them, you cold bitch.
Shut up.
Okay.
I don't think she knows about last night.
I don't care about last night.
Was last night. I thought I was confused as to whether
Oh,
it
I
was in
do.
the flashback or if it happened last night.
Which one?
So I turned out to be the one who wasn't paying close attention to the cutscenes. It's weird. I hate when games flash back and forward constantly. I have a hard time keeping up with where the hell we're at.
Hope you know what you're doing.
It would have been like okay if it was consistent and Ellie's part of the game did that too, but to go from just constantly like linear timeline to all of a sudden the game's like, oh, we're gonna jump back and forth in the timeline. Oh, we're going back 10 years. Now we're going back 3 months. Now we're going back 5 months. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
We were lucky Mel was there. She's one of the best surgeons in Seattle.
Mel. And what's his name? The man?
Oh,
I guess Ellie's did a couple of times, but it doesn't seem like it was as much as Abby's has done so far. And it wasn't as far
How do we
back.
get
It was
to the
always
really
like
tall
a couple
buildings?
weeks before.
We're just there.
path ahead kicks out toward downtown.
Agreed.
really
I thought the
tall
sex scene was 3
buildings.
months ago as well.
You gonna be able to get us the rest of the way?
The route starts at the edge of the rushing water. You get us there, and I can take over.
Better pull your own damn weight with that bow is all I'm gonna say.
These bridges are really gonna get us over the rapids?
Yeah,
Oh, that's what a
In just a couple hours?
I'm not lying.
Okay.
Well, better be less than 3. So I gotta get some sleep.
Wolf,
I look
there
at
it
my
is.
non-existent watch because I've never worn a watch in my life.
That's the building we need to get to.
Okay.
Very
I see
plain.
it.
Like everything in my life is extremely vanilla and
What
plain.
happens
Like
if
I never wear
we can't
any
get the stuff
accessories.
my friend needs?
She'll have to try to do the surgery with what Owen has around. It's not...
This big boy.
That wouldn't be good.
Catch him.
Do you think she'll make it?
Shoot him.
We get the supplies. Yeah, she'll...
Get a frog
have a
leg
good shot.
achievement. Do you wear accessories? I know some people who wear like baseball caps, but then it's like part of their identity. That's all they ever wear. Like obviously they wear other clothes. I take it back. Let me rephrase. But like they never don't wear a baseball cap. And to me that's super weird. I'm like, why? I think wearing hats is uncomfortable and I don't wear them at all. Typically. Like anything on your head. When you wear something like big and bulky on your head, you know what I mean? Like, just looks really weird. You know what I mean, guys? Agree? Yeah? I never wear anything on my head. I hate it. Yeah.
You know our dogs can play cards like that?
I'm 13, not 8.
You're the size of an 8-year-old.
Well, not everybody lifts weights, girl.
No.
No, well, I don't blame them. I'm gonna get
What's
another achievement.
compartment syndrome?
If too much pressure builds up in your muscles, the blood can't move in and out of the tissue.
Tissue?
Kind of like the skin inside your body.
How do you know all that?
I grew up around doctors. Like Mo.
And I have a lot of muscles, so it's something I should know. I am someone that wears baseball hats all the time, even in the house. See, everybody's different. Oh, I'm dead. I'm moving at a very rapid pace towards sharp rocks.
You know, when you're jumping, sometimes a running start.
I know how to jump.
No offense to anybody who wears hats all the time. To me, it just seems weird. Like, one of my favorite streamers always wears the exact same shirt and the exact same baseball cap. And I just imagine that's all he wears all the time. I do it. Helps fight migraines. Really?
Cool.
I didn't know that.
Thank you.
Maybe I should start wearing a baseball hat. I don't even own it. Well, I take it back. I own one because back a few months ago, I did like a push-ups for charity for Children's Mercy Hospital. And after I did like the push-ups for charity event on Facebook, they sent me like a free baseball cap, which was pretty cool. But it just kind of chills in my bedroom on the doorknob because, as we've already established, I don't really typically wear those. Look, it's not a problem that you wear a hat. It's a problem that I have like some hang up about wearing any kind of accessory whatsoever at any time. Like, I'm so incredibly basic that it's like a fault. Where are we going? You're supposed to lead the way because you're the jumper. You just said we're bragging all about it, about how you're a great jumper. And I honestly just don't know where I'm supposed to be going. I want to start all over again because I limped a jump. There's no way to get up there, is there? No. Okay. So it's got to be out here somewhere. Somehow. Show me. Show me. You wear headphones every time you play games? Only when I'm streaming. And that's literally only because I have tried to stream with just the TV, because I play all my games on the TV. But I've tried to stream with just the TV speakers playing the sound and not wear headphones because obviously, like, I have a standalone mic, so I don't need the headphones for the mic.
You think we're gonna see a lot of scars?
Seraphites.
Could you stop talking? Like, I'm trying to talk and you're talking over me. It's
You
extremely
gonna be okay
rude.
if we do?
Abby.
It was yesterday.
Abby.
Yeah, but those guys were hunting you.
They're all hunting us.
Thank you for not talking over me. But no, like the couple of times I've tried to stream without the headphones on and just use the TV speakers, I felt like it was echoing the sound through the microphone. Like the sound coming from my TV speakers was coming through the microphone. So it was really annoying to me. And I was like, oh, I don't like that. So that's literally the only reason I wear headphones. If I could figure out a way to be able to hear the sound from my TV speakers and simultaneously not have it come through the microphone, I would do it in a heartbeat. But the other good thing about the headphones is it's really good surround sound. Which doesn't really come in handy as much as you might think. Like, I've come to find out that, like, games don't really use surround sound all that much. Whoever turns up, I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're wolves or seraphites or whatever the fuck. Just save me. Please save me. I'll do whatever you want. I'll cut my face. I'll shoot some Fedra shits. Who gives a fuck? I can't die here. I don't want to die here. Please help. Please help. They're going to find me. They're going to rip me apart. Holy run-on sentence. Is that the first symptom of, like, turning? You forget how to use quotations? Or not quotations. Ha, I'm an idiot. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You would never imagine that I was an English major, because I literally remember absolutely nothing about it. Punctuation. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Punctuation. Girl, I was really relying on you to show me exactly where to go this whole time. Now you're leaving it up to me, and I'm like, do I go through windows? Do I jump over the wall? Like, I don't know how to play a game. What is the problem with run-on sentences? They help provide as much information as they can in one sentence. So I became an English major to teach English. I never did it a day in my life. Probably never will. It's a really good, like, pipe dream of a job because it's a job that I feel like I would actually help people and make a difference. But then when you like look at the amount of money they would pay you on paper, it like really makes you think twice. You're like, oh, that's it, huh? Well, you know what? That was a nice dream while it lasted. Not that money's everything, but goodness, you got to be able to survive. I knew one of these windows was
Watch the glass.
trick. I just wasn't sure which one. Like literally, I have stated to people I know, my family, friends, people I meet and stuff like that, that I swear, like you said, you get migraines. I used to get like maybe one migraine a year. And like one day I had a super bad migraine. Like I started getting tunnel vision, all my peripheral vision blacked out. Like I started getting really dizzy and like lightheaded. Went home from work, like passed out in the living room, and my sister called an ambulance because she was like, I don't know what the hell is going on. Like he's having some problems here. And I went to the hospital overnight, and like they gave me all kinds of IV fluids. Never did like brain scans, head scans. As far as I know, I was young. I was probably like 19 at the time. But like that one day was the worst pain in my life in my head. And since that day, I feel like I've forgotten like 90% of the things I used to know. So I joke around half jokingly with like my parents and my siblings and stuff that I swear that day I had like a mini stroke and they just never caught it. So I'm like, ever since that day, I feel like I'm a moron. Like I went from being a relatively smart, intelligent individual to being like, I don't remember anything I learned in school.
Have to do a little
like
zigzag
literally don't. I cannot retain any information. I have the world's worst memory.
How long have you two been on the run for?
2
But
days.
the other thing is, since then, I
Where
also
were you
get
headed?
more frequent migraines. Like I get a migraine probably like every couple months.
Away.
Never that bad though.
So you're gonna
Like
tell
that
me
one
the
was
real
like
reason
super
why they're
bad.
after you now?
I did.
Oh, we gotta find
They
a
want to
note.
kill a little boy because he shaved his head.
I wasn't allowed. It's a rule. I broke it.
Jeez. So why'd you do it?
I don't know.
Going to
Pretty
kill you
punk
for
rocky.
shaving your head? What the hell?
Punk rock?
I get the impression you don't follow most rules.
I guess so.
You have amnesia when you have them? Maybe that's part of, maybe that did something. Like maybe I have permanent amnesia to like a very slight amount. The girl next door, we're Sam and James. We live in 302. Didn't know anyone else was here. We're not scary, we swear. Leave behind a freshly baked treat. Thanks for the cornbread. My mom told me to give you this bottle of vodka. I hope it's a good kind. Why didn't you guys get on the bus with everyone else? My name's Julia. My mom's name is Heidi. Where did you find this vodka? This is legit. We stuck around because we heard some horror stories about the temp apartments. People left to police themselves, letting them rob and kill each other. We'd rather take our chances here. Let us know if you or your mom need anything. Oh, that's so sweet. Why wouldn't... Wait. What? They live next door to each other. Why wouldn't you just knock on the door and talk face to face instead of just doing telephone tag on a piece of paper? Thanks again. I'm gonna look for more cornbread while I'm out. That was a game changer. Sweetie, you guys to offer to help with my mom. I could really use a hand. Gonna go out scavenging now, but back tonight. Just knock. Okay. One of them finally did it. Scars. Saw James cooking on the roof. They shot him. I killed 2, but 1 got away. I'm leaving our door unlocked and some supplies in our safe. Combo is our apartment number, then your apartment number. Take everything and get out of here. I can't leave my mom behind. Gonna barricade our door and hope for the best. Your stuff's still in the safe. My aim's shit. If they get in, we're just gonna put our hands up. Sounds like a horrible idea. Why wouldn't you at least fight? So hers is 302. What's their door number? Say. But how the hell am I supposed... Oh, wait. What the hell? Where are the numbers on these doors? I would assume that it's going to be like 301, right? I also suffer from hemiplegic migraines, which freaks people out because it looks like I'm having a stroke. What do you like, have like seizures? Gonna be like 301 302.
that code again.
How do I know what their door number is? Or was it in the letter? Oh, they live in 302. So it's going to be 302, 303? 302, 303, or 302, 301. Three oh two, 303. It doesn't lock you out after so many attempts. It was definitely 302 at the beginning. 302. We have clarified that. 3023. Did I do 01 last time or 03? What the hell? This is how apartment numbers work, right? I'm not just an idiot. 302, 303. What the hell?
That was it.
What the hell kind of weird ass numbering system do they have in these apartments? So she's 302. The letter does not say what their door number is. And it's not on this board. I figured it would be on the board. 302, I've tried 301, I've tried 303, let's try 304, I guess. 302, 304. There's only 4 doors here. I still don't really understand why they only communicated through a letter instead of just knocking and talking in person. But I guess I kind of get it as an introvert. Maybe I'd do the same thing. Maybe if someone knocked on my door, I'd be like, I'd open the door and be like, sorry, this is a really weird request, but do you mind just like writing it on a letter and like sliding it under my door? Thanks, appreciate it. They were not neighbors. Oh shit, if she's 302, then the next door would have been 304, yeah. Because even on one side, odd on the other. I've been in apartments before, I live in one. I'm not dumb, guys, I swear. Close quarters upgrades. Holy shit, she has way more upgrade paths than we found for Ellie. Momentum. After killing an enemy with a strike for a short time, your next melee attack will also be a strike. Holy cow, you could just chain melee attacks and one-hit kill everybody. That actually sounds really good. I don't need ammo, game. I don't use guns. I just rip people apart with my bare damn tree trunk hands. Most of the apartments I've been in are like 2301A, D, A through D. Yeah, they do that sometimes. Do more Warhammer. They're legitimately like Warhammer figures, dude. Like they're not even trying to hide it. What the fuck? Do you think they paid for the rights of that to put them in the game? Wild. VR headset. I feel like a pipe is much better than a baseball bat. Space Marines? Yeah, exactly, yeah. No magnifying glasses for painting, I know. I have figures, like I have a lot of games with figures, and I want to get a game that's like majorly like expensive because it has massive figures, but I'm really like anxious about trying to paint them. And I don't want to set a game up that has really nice minifigs and then like not paint them. So I just don't buy the game because I'm like, look, if I buy it for 450 bucks and then like fuck up on the painting, I'll never play the damn thing. Like I just like shove it in. Not that I play most of my board games anyway. I literally like I have a board game collection the same way I have a Steam game collection. I just buy the ones that sound really cool and look cool, and then I never actually break them out and play them ever. So it just takes so much setup time to play a board game, like especially some of the big ones I buy. Like it takes hours and hours just to set them up.
How long you been using that thing?
My bow? Since forever.
You're good with it.
Look, someone set up an analog video game. So each one of these is worth points, and then if you get a crit, it's worth double points.
We can be cruel.
My mom would say that about wolves.
Well, she wasn't wrong.
I'm scared for her.
Why?
People will blame her for what I did.
You went to play Warhammer once and your figures weren't painted and you weren't allowed to play. I've heard that. Like, they take their games super serious. Like, even like mini skirmishes that don't have any like importance whatsoever. Even if two people just get together to play the game for fun, they take it so seriously that they're like, nope, not legally allowed on the table, not painted. Like, what the fuck? Do you guys ever just relax and just play a game for the fun of it? Like, what the hell? Yeah, tell me about it. I have board games that I have never played and probably never will. I have Gloomhaven, but then they released like a digital version of Gloomhaven, so I've never actually broken the board game out. And then I got the sequel, Frosthaven, and that thing's just a massive like 50-pound box of a board game. I'll probably never open the thing.
Shit. Demons.
No, those are called zombies, Lev. Have you never read a sci-fi book?
Gotta get through there.
Seems bad. Like, there's literally no way for me to get in there without attracting all the zombies because I have to break the windows. Can I jump up here? Certainly can't do that. Well, this seems like a trap to me. You didn't even give me an option to stealth this section. I gotta freaking break a window no matter what I do. Oh, well, apparently the zombies are just really fucking stupid. Oh, okay.
Got one.
You did. Good job. Run outside so it goes up your left. Oh, that was a bad idea. I don't know why I think that's gonna work every time. It never does. Stop! Let me change my gun. Oh, we're so dead. Oh my god, we're so dead. I'm gonna get eaten while I'm healing. Oh my god, these zombies are stupid. I don't have any ammo! Ah! Get up, get up! Oh my god! Jesus. I keep hitting the wrong frickin' buttons! Stop crouching, I'm trying to run!
This way.
Can I get up here? Probably, yeah. Hurry. Hurry, please. What if I just do this and hope that Lev doesn't get in the way? That was a bottle! I thought it was a Molotov! What the hell? Where are you? That. That was pretty effective. I have both of them as well. I've played Gloomhaven all the way through. Really? How long did that take? Did you play it with like other people?
You okay?
I would love to find a gaming group to play that game with, but I had the shorter one from Target,
Why?
Curious.
and me and the girl I was dating at the time
I
played
don't
a
know.
little bit of it together, but then we separated and broke up, so we never got a chance to play the rest of it. So did you kickstart both of them? The other game I want to get that's like $450 is Kingdom Death Monster, but I just know in my heart that I would literally never open the damn thing. It would just sit there on my shelf forever. It sounds really super cool to play it in print, like in the idea of what the game is, but I know that I would never actually break it out and put it on the table and actually play it. So like, as tempting as it is just to own it, it just doesn't make any sense to spend $450 on it for it to just sit there and never be used. $1,200 for everything. Of what, the Kingdom Death Monster stuff? They're still making new content for it too, right? Like, isn't there still stuff that people have like pre-ordered that hasn't even been made yet? You have to assemble every part of your colonist for
waters
Kingdom
pick
Death
up a lot of
Monster. Yeah,
fluid.
that's the other reason I don't
You
want
need to
to.
be really careful, okay?
That's the
I've
other
done
reason I
stuff
haven't
with
really bit the bullet to buy it yet, is because I'm not exactly the greatest at like assembling figures. I don't actually have any games that have to have the figures assembled, so I'm very hesitant to start my first attempt with putting figures together with that particular game because they're really high detailed, a lot of pieces, very expensive. And I'd feel like an idiot if I spent 450 bucks on it and then like fucked up on building the figures.
God damn it.
Horace, Aaron will
Yes.
trade up for flour,
Oh, no.
cigarettes, salt, canned fruit,
Isn't he
toothpaste,
a wolf?
tampons,
There's
pads,
thousands of us.
any
Do you know every
spices,
scar?
Stop calling us scars.
cumin, oregano, red
Sure.
pepper, turmeric, cinnamon, etc. So keep your eyes peeled. We can sure use the extra ammo for her. What the hell is that sound? It's a fun game, but the permadeath really sucks. That's the part that actually fascinates me. Like, I don't like permadeath in video games, but because of the way that game works, like the permadeath really like intrigues me because of all the different ways you can die, like unexpectedly and immediately. And I'm really hoping, but I know it's never going to happen because I know the creator of the game would never allow it. But I've been like keeping my fingers crossed that they would make a computer version of it, so I don't have to buy it on in the board game. I could just play a digital version. So I don't know if you played the digital version of Gloomhaven, but it's actually pretty good. They're supposedly making DLC to add Frosthaven to it soon. We don't use any of this. I guess I'll do something. Give me more rifle ammo capacity. I don't need a scope. Who uses a scope in this game? That's what I don't get. Like, you're literally within the same room of every enemy you fight in this game. I have it. It's a great remake of the board game. It really is. Like, I thought when they first brought it out, because I had it like back in the beta, and it was literally just like a level generator, and you could just play a level with like your chosen characters, and it would randomly generate enemies. And I was completely content with it just being that. And then they announced that they were actually releasing the entire campaign from the game, and I was like, what the fuck? And then like they announced that they were releasing DLC to add that target game to it, the Jaws of the Lion, and I was like, what the hell? Like, this game is like more worth the value of the price than most AAA games are, because I think it was only like 30 bucks. You got like 10 out, like probably more than 10 hours, like 20 hours worth of gameplay out of it. It was really bad at first, yeah.
Yeah. This building will take us to the building next door.
But I actually liked it at first, like when it was in beta, even if it was just like a single level generator. I was like, this is cool, like just being able to play the game on the computer and see the animations and stuff. But when they actually released all the content, I was like, holy shit, this was way more than I was expecting. I have 52 supplements. Game's like, hey, are you ever gonna fucking upgrade? Like, what the hell are you doing? These things are just to collect. You realize there's a gameplay mechanic tied to these, right? Like, you're not just picking them up for no reason. I feel like this chapter is going to take us way longer than yesterday's chapter did, because I'm just getting so mindlessly lost. Like, spending way too much time in every room just trying to find the way out. So, update on the job situation. The only person that I work with that I felt like I had a real connection with, because he felt the same way. Like, he was always saying, like, I don't think sales is for me. Like, I tried it just as a way to try and make, like, some good money if I could make it work, because the commission, like, technically, you know, the big selling point they make with the sales job is, oh, your income potential is limitless. Like, it's only limited by your amount of sales that you make. And he came into the job and, like, we hit it off really well. We had, like, a camaraderie between each other. Like, he's been talking to me one-on-one, like, over the phone while we work some days, and he's like, I don't know, man, like, I'm just starting to feel like this job isn't for me. He's only been there for, like, 4 months. And he's already feeling that way. I'm like 2 years in, almost 2.5 years. And like today he called me randomly around like 1 p.m. He's like, yeah, I quit. Like, I literally just got off the phone with our boss, and I'm heading back to the office to drop my car off and give her my badge, because I'm just done.
There's a way around.
And I was like, no.
No, I don't wanna.
The one good thing I had going with this job, the one guy I actually enjoyed talking to, is gone. I'm like, everything seems to be working in the same timeline to give me like a very clear sign that I need to get the hell out. Like, it's like the world is like slapping me in the face over and over again and being like, you really don't need to be here. Like, you should just go find another
Good for your
place.
cousin.
Maybe that extends your time. Doubtful, because she did just say that she just hired 2 new people. I'd already played through the game when they released the digital copies. My expectations were quite high. See, I had only played like the first two events in the actual
Follow
board
me.
game when they released the
How much
digital one.
higher are we going?
Then I just kind of packed it all back up in the box and said, well, I'll probably never play this again now that I can just play a video game of it. And I'll tell you what's really cool. If you have like a VR headset, you can play tabletop simulator on the computer, and like people make digital versions of big board games, and then you can like use your hands in VR and like move the pieces like you're playing a real board game. Like, sounds super lame when you say it out loud like that. You do that? Nice. I guess it does make sense since your username literally is Mr. Board Games. I guess I just never connected those 2 points together.
Show off.
No, like the thing is about the job, like
Uh-huh.
I don't see it as a bad thing that I can't extend my time there, because like I said, it seems like the universe is just telling me like you need to find a better job that you fit in better with. Like, for all of these things to fall into place in like the exact same week, it's like, obviously I don't need to be here. Like, I kind of feel what's the word, inspired by my coworker, because I've been feeling like I don't belong in this job for like over a year, but it's just that risk of leaving and starting over that, like, I hate risk. I'm so risk averse. I'll stay someplace forever and just be miserable. So like, for him to only be in here for like 3 months and he's already like, yeah, fuck this, I quit on the spot, like, I'm out, like, I'll find something. And I'm like, dude, I don't have that kind of faith that you have. Like, how do you have that faith in your mind where you're just like, you know what, I don't even have anything lined up, I have no backup plan, nothing to fall back on, I just know that I'm not happy here, and that's all I need to know, is essentially what he said. And I was like, dude, like, oh my god, like, how much faith do you have that you can just be like, fuck it, I'll quit, I'll figure something out, like, it's no big deal. For me, if I were to go in tomorrow and be like, you know what, if I'm being honest with myself, I need to quit, and like say that to my boss, I would instantly just start like getting anxious as hell. Like, I'd be like, oh my god, why did I do that? Oh my god, I'm never gonna find another job, what the fuck did I just do? But because of the conversations I've been having with my boss recently, I'm realizing like I don't have the luxury of just staying here. Like, I have to leave eventually. And it's like the world is pushing me to make that change. And I feel like that's good. Like, I need that push, because if I'm left to my own devices, like, I'll never leave. I'll just be miserable forever and complain about it all the time. I try to avoid that kind of risk. I would bust out into a panic attack for sure. Exactly, yeah. Like, I get into like panic attacks thinking that she's gonna fire me any day. But now that I know the day's coming, like, it's almost like a relief. I'm like, at least I know what's happening. Like, that is set in stone at some point. Now I just have to get to the next step, which is find the next thing. Passed along. The elders have agreed to a truce with the wolves. They will stay away from our island and won't engage with any Seraphites passing through their outer territories. That said, it looked like it said cuter territories. To maintain this peace, we must all work together. Our goals remain the same. These are simply different means to achieve them. All right, jeez, enough lore. Hey, you know what? I know we're both like anxious people, and you know what? Sometimes life doesn't go my way, and I'm gonna lose my job and have to find a new one. But you know what you should do? Give yourself a break, man. Give yourself a break. What the fuck was that? What was that? What was that? The game wouldn't let me jump. What the hell is going on? That's definitely how Lev made it across there. Can my character just not do it? Is she too stocky? Too thick? Clearly she's too thick. Okay. Well, I can't. If I break something, I won't have insurance. Then I will get sick and die from sepsis. I actually do have really good renter's insurance. I've secretly been kind of hoping in the back of my mind that I'll come back from work one day and like this whole place will burn to the ground. And I'll be able to just like walk off with the cash from the renter's insurance payout and be like, everything's coming together. Perfect timing.
This
I
way.
can find another place to live easier than I
How
can
would I
find
find
another
these?
job.
Wolves never look up.
What does that mean?
Places to live are
Means
everywhere,
No
literally.
matter how many people or guns you have, we'll find a way around you.
Maybe you should stop saying we, since they're trying to kill you.
I would much rather be in a situation where I have to find a new place to live on this spot than have to try and find a new job on the spot. There's so many moving variables with a job, like the pay, the benefits, the schedule. Whereas finding a place to live, you literally just look until you find one that matches the same rent you were paying before and you're good to go. Like, there's not a whole lot of thought involved in it, honestly.
You should have stayed away, Lily!
They really don't like this girl. Wait. Didn't we determine earlier that it's a boy? That was weird. Like, the game went muted for a second. Just die, dude. What the hell? Looks like the world's thickest neck. Watch this shit. You ready?
What in
Across
Came
the
from
room.
over there!
Oh, I thought you were gonna toss me out the window. That was sick. Where are you at? You're so dead. You don't even know it yet.
I'll find you, wretch!
How do you not see me? Fucking blind? I'm serious. Like, Abby is just like, you don't even need to use guns. Just melee everybody to death in like 2 hits.
You okay?
That man was blind and see you standing with his buddy. Yeah, I know. I don't
me
really know what was
I got
happening in
it.
this room. You're all very situationally unaware.
Did you hear what they called me?
Lily, yeah.
Yeah.
I was kind of confused by that,
Do
honestly.
you want to ask me about it?
No,
Do you want me to ask you
I
about
don't
it?
give a shit, honestly.
No.
Clearly prefer to be called Lev, and that's cool with me. Whatever messed up scar name they gave you, you don't need that label, okay? You're Lev from now on, as far as I'm concerned. Be fully in your Lev, as they say. I heard someone say that about men. Like how, like, her little Twitch or YouTube video I was watching was how, like, women in this day and age, in this modern generation, need men to be fully in their manhood. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? What are you talking about? And, like, literally, it, like, translated to Housebreaking Rufus, by the way. It looks like a pretty sweet movie. Literally, like, the idea behind it was, like, men are too soft nowadays and too emotional. And, like, they need to get back into the grit of, like, the olden days, of, like, the old westerns and stuff like that. And I've been reading a lot of books and, like, watching a lot of videos, like, motivational books and videos that say the same thing. And I'm like, I thought that was the exact opposite of what we were supposed to be nowadays. Like, I thought the whole thing was, like, men were being too, like, chauvinistic and pig-headed. So now we're supposed to, like, be
Scars
more
built all this?
emotional and, like,
Sad
nice.
face.
Yeah, I was.
Turns
gonna
out, like, being a nice
say
guy
that.
is not the right way to be,
pretty
according
cool.
to all of these things that I'm
What's
reading and watching.
cool?
Like,
Like,
that's what I've strived to be
impressive.
my entire life. So I'm like, well,
Awesome.
I just fuck me, I guess. Like,
It's kind of pretty.
everything I've worked on
Oh,
doing for
creepy.
35 years, apparently I've been doing everything completely wrong. Awesome. Good to know. I need to start being fully in my manhood.
I wonder if your prophet had any idea what she was starting.
She saved dozens of people in ways no one can explain.
She blew up trucks and killed some soldiers. Not that hard to explain.
Have you read her writings?
Skimmed some.
You'd benefit from it.
Sure.
Yeah, well, you'd benefit from this. Ah! I was actually kind of hoping the game would let me kill her and then give me a game over cutscene. Just because I think it would be funny. Him, not her. That they threw me off. Gotta call him by his chosen pronoun.
What are you doing?
Just give me a second.
I honestly thought it was a girl to begin with. I just thought Lev was a girl's name, so, like, it's kind of throwing me off, this whole thing. we can upgrade stability, why not? I don't get the whole dichotomy of either being a strong man or being an emotional man. Why not pick the person that you like the most? Yeah, that's the thing, though, is like apparently a lot of women like change their minds. So whatever is in at the moment. So like back in the 90s, in the 2000s, it was like, oh, we want the bad boy. Then I feel like for about a 10-year period between like 2000 and 2010 or 2010 and 2020, like society was like, oh, girls want like a sensitive guy who really cares for them. Now all of a sudden it's shifting back, and they're like, no, we want bad guys
I'll go
again.
first this time.
We don't want little pussy guys that like get in touch with their feelings. Okay, we want assholes. We want to be treated badly. We want a guy that will dish out emotional trauma to us on a daily basis.
I'm going.
I never said before. My condolences for your son.
It's an honor. He's with our prophet now.
He passed bravely. You should be proud.
We are. Thank you. The elders have offered us a new child.
That is a great honor.
Elizabeth is grateful. I'm just not sure she's ready yet.
The elders know what's best. It will all be for the best.
On your right.
Yes, of course.
I'm listening to the conversation, Lev. Chill. /marker